It was a Wednesday evening when I first got a hint that my world, my safe and sane world, wasn't quite what I thought it was. I had gotten home from work a bit early. I heard my wife, Marge, moving around in our bedroom upstairs and thought that I would go up and say hello. As I walked down the hallway, I could hear her talking to someone on the phone. As I got closer, I could hear her end of the conversation. "Yes, sweetie, today was great. I really enjoyed it." Huh. Since when does she enjoy work? Our bedroom door was slightly open, so I peeked through. She was undressing while talking on her cell phone. She slithered out of her skirt and laid it on the bed. I noticed that she was wearing lacy black underwear, and I knew that I never had seen them before this. I was about to walk in, but then she said, "I gotta go. He could be home soon, and I must get a shower first. Talk to you tomorrow, stud, bye." She put the phone on the charger and took off her blouse. She was wearing a matching black lace bra. Facing away from me, she peeled off those underwear and tossed them in the hamper. The bra followed. As she moved around the bed to head to the shower, she passed a mirror. Being a woman, she, of course, had to stop and look. From my position at the corner of the door, I could see her reflection in the mirror perfectly. What I saw made a sick chill go down my body. I felt like I might piss myself, throw up, or all three. There in the mirror, her left chest clearly had a suck mark on it. My wife had a hickey on her breast, and I didn't give it to her. I heard her gasp and realized that she saw what I had just seen. She pulled up with one hand while rubbing the mark with a finger of the other hand. "Ah shit," she snarled. "Now I've got a mark that I've gotta hide. Holy." She went into the bathroom and started her shower while I stood outside our bedroom crying and shaking. "My name is David. Marge has been my wife for 23 years. We have 2 children, Julia, who is 19, and Tom, who is 18. Marge works part-time in procurement at the local Air Nation Guard base. I am a chemical engineer. Until a few minutes ago, I thought that we had a great marriage and a great life. Now it looked like my wife needed someone else to make her life great. After a bit, I regained some control and, entering our bedroom, I picked up her cell phone to find the number of that last call. I got another surprise. She had a password on her cell phone. We had never used passwords and sometimes had made calls on each other's phones. I realized that I had not used her phone in a couple of months. It just never was convenient. I picked up her blouse and smelled it. There was a faint trace of aftershave that I did not recognize on it. Going to the hamper, I picked out her underwear. They were used, as might be expected, but I didn't find any big gooey blobs. Thinking a bit, I got the digital video recorder from the kitchen in a Ziploc bag. Going back to the bedroom, I put the underwear in the Ziploc bag and stuffed it in my pocket. I made a note to myself to order AS detection kit and have it shipped to the office. The video recorder went on my dresser, facing the mirror. I set it to record and wrapped one of my ties around it. It was mostly hidden. As I went back downstairs, I saw that her laptop was on, so I figured that this would be a good time to check her email. No such luck. She had put a password on it. We had never used computer passwords either, which was another piece of evidence. Then I left. I really wanted to confront her, but I was an emotional wreck. Plus, I had no real evidence. She could just deny everything. No, I needed hardcore proof. And I wanted to know whom she was so that I could hurt him in return. I called my wife's cell phone, knowing that she was still in the shower, and told her that I was stuck on a job and would grab a late dinner when I was finished. Hiding her underwear in the garage, I headed to the closest bar to think and suffer. It was a quiet, rundown bar that bordered on a shabby motel. It offered nothing special: average food, cheap drinks, and privacy. Entering the bar, I noticed that there was a new barmaid. Great, I thought. I hope she knows how to make a gin and tonic. It turned out that she did. Her name was Mary. She had just started, and I enjoyed talking with her. She was a divorced mom, trying to scrape by in life. I got back home at about 11 p.m. The house was quiet with everyone in bed. I went up to the bedroom to undress. As I was slipping into my robe, Marge said, "You're late tonight, hon?" Turning to her, I replied, "I'm sorry to wake you. It was a long day." Then I added, "But I'll make it up to you if you feel neglected." She sighed and said, "Oh, I'm just too tired right now. How about in the next day or two?" "It's a date, babe. I'm going to relax for a few minutes and then join you." "Good night," I answered. night. Grabbing the recorder, I left the bedroom and went downstairs to my computer. As I plugged the camera into my laptop, I realized that our lovemaking in the last few months had dwindled down from 2 or 3 times a week to once a week, and that for the last month or so, once a week was Saturday night. I fast-forwarded the recording until the bathroom door opened. She immediately went to the mirror and examined her chest. I could see the suck mark clearly. She got out flannel pajamas for later. She normally sleeps nude. I saved the video and cleared the camera. After putting it away, I went to bed. On my way, I pushed the thermostat up about 4 degrees. Let's see how she likes flannels. Marge was either sleeping or pretending to be asleep when I got into bed. Thursday morning, I got up early to get away from her. I didn't think I could hide my anger, and I needed time to get under control and make more plans. Calling the office, I let them know that I wouldn't be in until the afternoon. Then I called my friend, George. I knew George would be able to help. Not only have we been good friends for years, but he caught his wife cheating on him about a couple of years ago and went through a nasty divorce. We spent many hours together drowning his sorrows. George is now a major in the Air Nation Guard. Since his divorce, he had thrown himself into his work and had received several promotions. The last had put him in charge of security for the base. On the second ring, he picked up the phone and said, "Hey buddy, how's it going?" "Not too well right now," I replied. "I need your help. I think that Marge is cheating on me." "Ah, David, I am so sorry," he said. "I'll do anything I can to help. Can you come over here this morning?" "Yeah," I replied. "How about if I go over now?" "Sounds good," George quietly said. "I hope you are wrong, but I've never known you to overreact. I don't think I am, but with your help, I should be able to prove it one way or the other." Once there, we sat on the sofa and went over what I knew. When I left an hour later, I had part of a plan and had borrowed 5 digital audio recorders from George, the same ones that he used to catch his wife. I drove back home. Marge's car was gone. I placed 4 recorders in the house, saving the last one for her car. Then I noticed that the house was a little cooler than usual. Checking the thermostat, I saw that she had pushed it back down. I assumed that she had had a hot night. Deciding to look around a bit, I went through her closet carefully. The first thing that I noticed was she had a couple of outfits that I had not seen her wear. They were more daring than her usual. Maybe she bought them but then didn't feel comfortable actually wearing them in public, I thought. Then, in the back of a dresser drawer, I found some lingerie that I had never seen before. They showed signs of wear. A couple of them were torn. Torn as in somebody ripped them off of Marge to get to her naked body. That hurt, and I just stared at them for many minutes. Finally, I headed off to work. Around 3, I called Marge's cell and left a voicemail that I was stuck on a job and wouldn't be home until late. As soon as I got home that evening, I put the final voice recorder in Marge's car and then went to bed. I made sure to go to bed well after Marge did Friday night as well. She was either sleeping or pretending to be. I did check the audio recorders Friday evening but heard nothing of interest. I quietly got the kids their breakfast, as is our custom on weekends. Saturday, Marge gets to sleep late. Sunday I do. After they finished and went to watch TV, I cleaned up the kitchen and put Marge's breakfast in the microwave. I connected a LAN cable to my laptop, logged into my computer, into the wireless router, and disabled wireless access. Then I left Marge a note directing her to the microwave and telling her that I was outside, then went out to start yard chores. About 2 hours later, Marge came outside complaining that her laptop couldn't connect to the internet. We walked in. I tried my laptop and said, "Mine's connected. Let's look at yours." She seemed a bit nervous and hovered around her laptop and me. I pretended to troubleshoot and she eventually got bored and wandered away, but about every 5 minutes she was back again. While she was gone, I slipped in a memory stick and installed a keylogger program. The next time that she left, I configured it to capture all key presses, to take a snapshot of the screen twice a minute, to track all websites that she visited, and to capture her email including deleted and sent items. The next time that she left, I walked back to my laptop and restarted the wireless service. I checked that her laptop was now connecting and went to find her. After showing her that it was connecting to the internet, I told her that the hard drive was badly fragmented. I brought up the cleanup program and suggested that when she was done for the day, she click this button and let the program run overnight. That would also give my keylogger time to transfer all the data to me. She slipped her hands around my neck, kissed me, and, smiling seductively, said, "Thanks, big guy. How can I pay for your services?" I smiled back, slapped her but lightly, and said, "How about washing my car?" Her face showed that she was expecting a very different answer. I kissed her cheek and said, "Just kidding." Pulling away, I added, "I gotta get back to work out there." She looked confused as I walked out of the room. While mowing the grass, I realized that I was being stupid. I wasn't going to F her tonight, but I didn't want her to start thinking that I was suspicious before I had real evidence. I had to treat her normally for now. I decided to bust ass out here today and be too tired and sore for S tonight.